Just how do you see that one? Obviously, they came back with a lot of intensity. They didn't want to go down 2-0.
Yeah, I think they improved more than us, so I think it came to that.
You guys got some good scoring chances. Does that make the game more frustrating, less frustrating? How do you look at that?
I think less. I think we had more chances than the game won, so just gotta keep building from that.
So what's the key to getting off to better starts in these games?
Good question. I didn't think it was a bad start from us.
No, I think first 10 minutes we were probably out shooting them, and we knew they were going to come. I think we got another level to go, and we'll look forward to game 3 here.
Building on that, Jamie, you guys knew this was going to be a tough series to go back, but there's no panic in this locker room right after a loss. I mean, you guys are ready to go in game 3. Comes back here,
Yeah, we're a veteran group, and we've been here before. We've been 1-1 in these series, our first 2. So there's no panic. We're going to regroup, refocus, re-energize, and get ready for the next one.
What did you guys think of the hit from Nurse on his?
Obviously, we didn't like it. I'll leave it at that.
Jamie, what do you think is going to be the key to going into that building and taking one on the road against a team like this that's been one of the better defensive teams in the playoffs?
Just play our game, structured, detailed, and don't sit back. We can against that group. They got some good players over there, so we're just going to have to go for it and play with confidence.
We've seen it 100 times in these playoffs. So the team that loses is going to give you their best effort.
Yeah, it's nothing new. We've played a lot of playoff hockey the last 3 years, and we know we just got to be able to match that in those situations, and obviously not the game we wanted, but they're a long series, and the most important one's the next one.
You guys seem to get some good scoring chances. That make it more frustrating, less frustrating?
I don't know. I think it's definitely more concerning, I guess, if you're not getting chances. It's good that you can generate some looks. I think we could still do a better job with that. I think at the end of the day, just obviously not our best game, and we'll look to improve in many different aspects in this game.
Tyler and Duchesne both talked the other day about how you guys are incredibly calm and poised no matter what the deficit is. 12 out of 15 games now, you guys have gone down at least 1-0 in these 15 playoff games. Is there something you guys can point to be more on your front foot to start a game, and how do you make that switch?
Yeah, I think the mindset just coming out can maybe be a little bit better, but I don't know. I think we would like to score first every game, and that's ultimately the goal. We don't want to be going down 1-0 in every game, which it's been a lot of that and too much of that. I think obviously that's I guess focus for next. The focus for every game is get that first goal and play from there. So I think I guess we can do a better job of that.
What are your thoughts on the play that led to Rope's injury, and when you lose a guy like that, what does that mean for you guys?
I honestly I didn't see it live really, and didn't really get a good look at the replay, so it's hard for me to say. So I don't know how to comment on that really, but Rupe is an awesome player. We need him in the lineup. He's just an awesome player, so good on both ends of the ice. You don't want to be without a guy like that. Obviously, don't know how he's feeling, but he's just such an important part of our team, and so obviously hope he's all right.
We've come back plenty of time. So, I mean, it's nice when we get the first one, but going down one, it doesn't bother us. We can come back from that, no problem.
And as far as going up there, what do you remember about how challenging that environment is, and just in general, how hard is it to win on the road right now?
Oh, I love playing there. It's a great building, good atmosphere. It's fun, and we had a couple good games there last year. So, I think if we stay out of the box and keep their power play off the ice, we're going to have a good chance.
You guys have made it to the conference final here, but do you feel you've played your best throughout these playoffs? I mean, it still feels like there's maybe another level there.
Yeah, I think there's definitely another level. There's been spurts even in that game there in the second period. We controlled for majority of the second period, I felt. So, I think it's just building and keeping the momentum when we have it. That's huge. We can't just be, throwing the momentum away when we have it. So, just keep building and get better.
Goal scoring droughts in the regular season, pretty common. You just keep after the process. This time of year when your goals are at a premium, I guess, what's the key to getting some of your offensive weapons going?
Yeah, I think just getting dirtier and getting in front of the net. He doesn't really fight through screens that well, and that's something we got to take advantage of. It's hard to score in the playoffs, and you gotta be heavy and hard and get to the net and get some greasy ones sometimes. So.
What did you make of the hit from the nurse on Hanson and how important that is?
I already answered that one. I don't want to go back to it. So.